We're going to talk today about how mom can keep things on the rails between the ditches while the household is ill. Welcome to the Mother's Well, where, like the rest of the world, we are experiencing sick season. And today we are going to be talking about how we handle those sick days with a little bit of grace, without letting everything completely overrun us, and just keep taking one little baby step at a time. How do we keep the house running when everybody is sick, including sometimes mom, or mom is just taking care of everybody else?
Welcome to the Mother's Well. We are Christina
and Jessica, the mother-daughter duo, encouraging you to love your family deeply, take your calling to heart, and return again and again to the source of living water.
Join us as we learn what it means to be filled and be well. Okay, so this morning I get this text, and it's a text that I typically don't want to get from Jessica, but
my youngest got sick in the middle of the night. And if you know what sick in the middle of the night means, you can picture what happened.
Yes. And in addition to this, like, nobody likes us to have their child in pain or sick. Nobody wants that.
But not everyone has an irrational fear of vomit like I do.
This is exactly why the text was like alarming.
So we're making it through, but we thought today, while the sun is shining, we will chat about what do we do when the family goes down? Because this is not the first sickness we've had within the last week in our house. We've had multiple things hitting us at one time. So it's just that season.
And that's kind of how it goes. I mean, if they get sick, their immune system is shot, and then they're open and susceptible to other viruses.
You might be in this spot too, with sick kids, any of these acute illnesses that hit us any time of the year, but especially this time of the year. And we're going to talk today about how mom can keep things on the rails between the ditches while the household is ill. And while not making people feel bad that they're sick.
Right.
Because it's an inconvenience.
Right. And being present for your children, because a lot of times they need a lot more attention. When you have a child who's sick and you've been up with that child in the night or just sitting on the couch for hours, maybe with a cloth on their head, you're just trying to take care of the sick child or children, and you're also trying to function because you're probably exhausted.
But goodness knows you have not put a bra on in like 48 hours.
Exactly. The hair feels yucky. Everything feels gross. Depending on the sickness, it feels even grosser. Take a few minutes to get a shower. That might not happen until your husband gets home from work, realistically. If you have a very young child or baby. But take the time to take a shower. You're not just going to go in there and just wash your face and maybe put on some fresh deodorant. Like, literally get into the shower to get clean. That will be one of the most refreshing things and even energizing things you can do when you're exhausted.
When you are dirty and nasty and sitting in your filth as well as maybe other people's, you gotta wash that off.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Like, it's an emotional thing.
Yeah. Cleanse.
So shower, get yourself clean. You might be like, I don't care, I'm just gonna go to bed. You know what? If you want to prioritize your sleep, that's fine. But I cannot sleep as well if I am nasty. My hair's oily and I just feel
Yes.
So
Shower.
Number 2, let some fresh air in. It is cold right now, guys.
It's really cold.
It's like sub-zero here right now. But did that stop us from opening up the windows and letting fresh air fill the room and air the place out? No. I was so inspired. I do not know who this YouTuber is, but I saw some like Scandinavian YouTuber get up making her bed, and she the whole time the window is just like open, and
I think I know the one you're talking about. Right. And it is cold, but you don't have to leave it open for half an hour. Just a few minutes.
We just did it for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then guess what? The heater, it catches back up.
It does. And I think that's kind of a ritual in Scandinavian countries. Actually, they believe that's what helps keep them healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another thing that if you feel like you just cannot open your windows because of heating costs or whatever, keeping the fan on your heater so the air is constantly circulating does make for a healthier indoor environment. But airing the house out, I think, is just so good, especially when people are ill.
Yes. Yeah.
You need that
stagnant air is
fresh air to hit you in the face.
Right.
Just thinking, I'm like a little out there today.
I know you're exhausted. We're going to get there. We're going to start this. Number 3, start dinner early, or maybe put some things in a crock pot.
At least thaw it.
at least thaw your food. But sometimes if you just have a bag of frozen chicken breasts, you can just put those in a crock pot.
Yeah.
And depending on the sickness, a lot of times people don't want to eat a lot. But soup, whether it's a belly thing or throat or cold, soup is usually a great go-to. If you're thinking really far ahead before 6 season starts, you might even make some soup and freeze it or can it.
Did I do that? No, but because people were already sick last week, I do have tons of chicken broth.
That's great.
In prepping for this snowstorm,
I
made a whole chicken. So
that's great.
You could do soup. Just something easy. Yeah, when people get certain types of illnesses, I like to eat food that tastes like nothing for about 4 days. So that's my go-to.
Just as a precaution, right?
I don't want to hate a food that I love just because of an unfortunate circumstance.
Right.
You know, this is like preaching to myself because my chicken is still sort of frozen in my sink right now.
It's going to be okay. And that's the thing. Like, you may have one child who's sick. Everybody else is great. They all want to eat.
While your main goal is caring for ill people, you don't want your house to fall into total disarray. And then like for the next week, you're trying to catch up. So one thing I like to do is basically set a timer and for 15 minutes, at least get one area done.
Yes.
Whether that's the dishes. Now I have older kids too who are feeling good. So they're helping me. They're feeling well, actually.
It's good. Thanks. Good catch.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like the living room. Maybe it's just getting all the laundry switched over.
Yes.
The laundry is not a 15-minute job today, but just keeping some of those things moving to where you're going to be okay tomorrow. And if you come down, you're not already like 4 days behind on the things that just keep your house functioning.
Right. And if you do have other children, you can enlist them to help with the laundry, unload the dishwasher, whatever.
And my husband has also been like super helpful in these seasons because mom is stretched a little thinner.
Yeah.
Not all children want their mom when they're sick, but a lot do, I would say. I'd say the majority. And so mama's touch is just really important. And sometimes those little ones especially just need mom very close by. And so enlisting the help that you can, if you can, big benefit. But even so, hopefully they're sleeping at least a little bit during the day. And in those times, you could either nap or you could first set that 15-minute timer, get a few things done.
And then nap. Number 5 is easy mode. So this is basically cut out what you can cut out. If it means you use paper plates instead of real plates to eliminate dishwashing, then that's what you do. If you homeschool, it might look like just focusing on a couple subjects, like maybe math and language for the day, at least like in the morning. That's not going to take as much time. It might be a great day for a docuseries.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes. And honestly, I would recommend some. There are lots of good National Geographic ones that are more science-based. But there's a series called, it's different actually. It's like Edwardian Farm, Victorian Farm, Tudor Monastery Farm, and then Wartime Farm.
Yes.
So those are more historical. We have enjoyed watching those in winters past and actually love that series.
It's like a living museum. It's so informative and entertaining.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is. And so I am with you. Ours are math and language because those are mostly independent.
Yeah.
So the kids can do that primarily without me and then just come seek help if they need it. But yeah, cut it down.
Cut it down where you can.
Or take out. Like
Oh, yes.
Maybe you're not sick in a way that you're not going to worry about like the types of foods you're eating.
Right.
So if you can do takeout or delivery.
Right. Like we don't have Grubhub or Uber Eats
No,
where
but we do
live.
have Walmart delivery.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And so I would just put those things on easy mode too.
Yes. Yeah. That's great.
We're going to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about surrounding illness, and that is the idea of convalescence. Convalesce comes from two Latin words, con being together or fully, and valescere, I don't speak Latin, so you could correct me if you do, which really gives this feeling of being well, strong, full strength. Like you think of the word valor.
Yeah.
Valiant.
Interesting.
Valid. All of these come from that same root word.
Huh.
It's a strength. So it's a returning to full strength.
Yeah.
So when we think about convalescing, we can think about this idea of a process. So whether it's us or our children, we can take it a little easy on ourselves, easier on them, and give them the support and the time they need to rest in order to regain full strength.
Love that. I didn't know that. I really only knew convalescence as a place to rest for older people, like a rest home.
When you think about the word hospice or hospital or hospitality, those all have the same root word. And that gives the impression of like caring for the stranger.
Nice. Yes.
So all of these things.
It makes sense.
I love words.
I'm sure it's all Latin derivative.
That also is a Latin derivative.
Yeah.
Yes. It comes from different Latin words, which have really deep and beautiful meaning.
I'm so impressed.
Why?
Because I want you to tell everybody what happened to you. Did I say that? Do I say that all right? Did we go into like how much sleep you got last night? And your brain's still firing.
Is it? Yeah, I probably am functioning on like 4 hours of sleep right now.
Sixth season.
It is sixth season. The show must go on.
Yeah. So, this was very relevant because you're living it right now.
I am living it today in the moment. Yeah. So when we think of convalescence, it's not like a passive thing. It's a more active movement towards regaining.
It's intentional.
Your physical energy. You're just totally recovering. So I think we can take a note from that as moms.
Yes.
When we are ill, to give ourselves that time to regain full strength. It's something to be worked towards in a gentle way.
I think also to allow our children, our husbands, to give people the grace to convalesce. Sometimes I think that's frowned upon, like, you're fine, get up, let's go, let's do it.
If you just pretend you're not sick, you'll be better.
Yeah, it'll be okay. And I think that there's something to be said for a little bit of that attitude of like, I'm not going to just wallow in my sorrow of being sick. But I also do think that we, in our time, we really don't value convalescing.
No, we value productivity.
Right.
Hustle.
Right.
And those things.
Pull up your bootstraps, get over it, let's go.
And I'm good with grit,
yes,
right? Like if you have a little sniffle, sure, push through it. But when you're really ill.
Yes. Or your body's been dealing with fever, or you maybe are dehydrated, things like that. That is when you do genuinely need to convalesce.
You do. You do. And I think that then you can heal more quickly going forward. And then you're reinvigorated to return back to your regular days.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the last one is pray. And that might be praying silently in your heart. It might be praying out loud to the Lord. It might be praying over your child. I think it could also be if you just have a verse that you've memorized that really gives you strength. If there's a certain psalm you like to meditate on, this would be the time to do that, because you will gain strength from that. That is probably the greatest source of strength, because you're going to realize, okay, nothing new under the sun. This too shall pass. I can get through this, just one step at a time. When we rely on the Lord, that's where we'll get our true strength to get through hard times, difficult seasons, and even phobias that maybe don't make a lot of sense to other people.
Right. And I also think that we know, based on what God says, that in our weakness, He is strong.
Yes.
And so even whenever we're hit with all these different things and we feel like, "Ugh, again, we just got better, you know." This is like, these things are sovereignly from the Lord's hand, and they will serve a purpose, a good purpose. That's for right. us. That's we right. know this to be true. These are things we need to remind ourselves of. I also think it would be worth noting that things will feel a little harried for a time. And so as much as you can, once you all are well, to build margin into your day intentionally. So when we're all sick, I basically don't fill up the calendar for like the coming week, because I think, okay, even if we're feeling better, first of all, we got a big family. It could go through everybody.
That's what I'm thinking.
But even if we're feeling better, I'm going to need some time to catch up. I'm going to have extra laundry I didn't get to.
Right.
I'm going to need to deep vacuum everything again. Like there's just the things that will fall by the wayside.
Right.
And so give yourself in advance that margin in order to not have to stress about that in the moment. Because if I know that I have that time already slotted later on, then when I look around, I don't think, oh man, I can never dig myself out of this hole.
Exactly. You feel like, okay, I know this week looks like this, but next week I can catch up here or there.
Yeah. Right. Or even if you have like I'm going to set 2 hours on, you know, the first day that we're all feeling really good, we're going to take a couple hours. We're going to all hands on deck, just get everything back in order. And usually that's all it takes.
Right. And it doesn't have to be strenuous work. Vacuuming would probably be the most strenuous thing you're going to have to do.
You might need to mop.
You might need to mop. And you may not feel up for that the first day.
I just mean the first day you're really back to yourself.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Like I have energy again. I feel good. Yes.
And sometimes in our minds, it feels like our house is always going to look like this. It's always going to be like this. Yeah. I'm never going to catch up. I can never get there, but we can. And it usually doesn't take as much time.
No, it really doesn't.
As we think.
Well, we hope you are well, and we hope your family is well. But if you're not, we hope this has been encouraging. And if the day comes in the future where you're down with illness or your children are down, then we hope you can look back on this and have some tips and tricks to get through it.
Yes. Keep things moving. And, you know, our kids can actually walk away from illnesses with, yes, the negative feelings of being sick, but also I have positive feelings of being at grandma's house, and she puts the cool rag on my head, and she made me, you know, my favorite Kool-Aid, and I got to watch cable, and, you know, there was just something really sweet about convalescing.
Yes, you get a little extra nurturing, I feel like. Whenever you have a child down, they're not running all over the place and playing and busy and going. They really want your attention, and that's a gift.
And it's a gift to be able to show our children how to care for others. My kids love when someone is sick.
Yes.
My oldest was actually sick with a different thing last week, and the kids brought him the bell.
I love that.
And so they always bring the sick person the bell. If you need anything, you ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Thirsty, ring the bell. Yeah.
So
it's sweet. I think that's what a great lesson in thinking of others before yourself, and just being willing to care for people.
So this too shall pass. It will not last forever. And we will all get well again.
Yes.
And if you found this encouraging, we would love for you to subscribe, like, share this with a mama who could use a little bolstering up for sick season. And have a wonderful week.